another episode of Test Technique, brought to you by DAU. Today, we're going to cover 5 questions all testers should ask when planning a test. Let's get started. Have you ever been tasked to conduct a test and didn't quite know where to start? It's pretty easy to get right into learning about the technical details of the system under test and become overwhelmed with how the system is supposed to work and which test techniques might be employed during your test. Sometimes it's helpful to take a look at the big picture first. By taking time to think through these 5 questions, you will have a head start in the test planning process. First, ask yourself, what am I testing? This goes beyond the system or subsystem under test. In the DoD acquisition process, the objective of a well-managed T&E program is to provide timely and accurate information to decision makers and program managers. You need to understand what particular information those decision makers need when determining what parts of the system to test. Bottom line, what you should test depends on what they need to know. The second question you should ask is, how will I test it? What parameters will be measured, under what conditions, using which test techniques, and what equipment all play an important role in the data you collect and the conclusions you will draw. How you test affects the quality of the information you provide. Third, ask, what does success look like for the system? And what does success look like for the tester? Inexperienced testers can sometimes become overly concerned with the success or failure of a program and look for ways to show that the system makes the grade. This can occur when good-intentioned testers become too invested in getting a much-needed system into the hands of the warfighter. It is critical that testers provide well-documented and unbiased T&E results to system developers, users, and decision makers. Before you test, know what success criteria are to be applied to the system. The successful tester will be able to provide timely and accurate data to support evaluation of whether or not the system actually meets those measurable system criteria. Remember, the tester can be successful even if the system fails the test. Number 4, ask, how does my test differ from what I expect to see in the real world? No test exactly reproduces the conditions the system will likely see once it is fielded. Understanding these differences and how they affect the data is critical to putting the results in context for the decision maker. Understanding and working to reduce these limitations are a critical aspect of making good programmatic decisions. Finally, we arrive at number 5. How much data do I need to collect to be sure of my answer? As testers, sometimes we strive to maximize the quantity of data available to the decision maker. While, as they say, more data is more better, in reality, the data comes at a cost of time, money, and other resources. Instead, collect sufficient data to minimize subjective judgment. Carefully consider available resources and the level of confidence warranted by the scope of the decision being made. More is not always better if it adds little to the decision-making process and it comes at a substantial cost. Ultimately, every test plan needs to answer these 5 questions in some way. Taking time at the start to think it through will help you get moving in the right direction. I really hope you found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to click that like button below and don't forget to subscribe for more great content from DAU. If you would like a follow-up to this video, let us know in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching